Hello, and welcome to Finish My Story, where we try to tell narratively complex stories one line at a time. Oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. And it is another day. Hello.
That's beautiful.
I said hello. I was talking to you guys.
Oh,
I was
hello.
looking at you.
You're always looking at us.
That's true. The way our podcast is set up, I'm sitting right in front of the two of them, and my eyes are directly aimed at their eyes at all times. It's like a two-way mirror.
Yeah, one eye is at me, and the other eye is at Les.
Googly
And
eye.
They're
his
like-
third eye is on
Their
the sewing
heads are
machine.
very close to each other. They're like smashed. They're ear to ear. Les and John are.
That's not true.
That's not true. No, we're all pretty far
Just
separate.
Peter's dream.
In my dreams. Sigh. Welcome. I.
That was not like a sad sigh. That was a longing sigh.
It's a longing sigh. A sigh of longing. And we already said our names, but guess what? Let's say them again. I'm Peter, and I'm an improv actor.
I'm Les, and I'm a storyteller.
And I'm Jonathan. I'm a screenwriter.
And what we do here at Finish My Story is try to tell narratively complex stories.
One sentence.
At a time. That's
Oh,
a bing.
That's a bing,
That's like
Les.
a story
already.
punishment.
You said sentence instead
Oh,
of
one line. Oh,
Wow.
sorry.
No, that's okay.
It's not
If
like
it's your
we
first
record
time,
the opening
every single time, that's okay. If it's your first time listening, welcome. Go back. Listen to the other episodes. Don't stop listening to this one. Stop. Good. You stopped? Good. Now go back and listen to the other ones. I'm glad. Wait, how would they know that if they stopped listening? Well, we've lost it. We've lost everyone already.
We just lost our new listeners.
Well, goodbye, new listeners. It was nice knowing you. We'll tell you what we do later, but first, let's talk about some things we've been reading or listening or watching or listening to, because that's how you sort of let the listener at home know how we get into our mindset, you know? Like, ooh, what are they thinking about? Like, maybe they're thinking about princes, and so we tell stories about princes. That's what we talked about before. John, what narratives are you into?
Sounds like you're thinking about princes.
I want to fuck Prince. Oh, he's dead.
Ew.
P.U.
Oh,
That's
I'm
a whole
sorry.
other story.
Yeah.
Ew.
Anyway, John, what are your narratives are you into right now?
Well, I kind of want to talk about two different movies that I saw this week.
Do it.
I watched Ingrid Goes West.
Ooh.
With Aubrey
Isn't that
Plaza.
about a stalker kind of thing?
It is about like an Instagram stalker
Mm-hmm.
who comes out to California to stalk her newest obsession.
So that's basically what happened with John.
Please elaborate.
That's your life story.
Yes, as being born in California,
Yeah, you
I
came out
decided
here.
to move then to California
Yeah.
to follow Peter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even though I was in the East Coast.
right. It was very confusing. No, so I mean, the movie was really great.
Mhm.
Aubrey Plaza's she should be nominated for awards.
Yeah.
Even though she's sort of being overshadowed. But it has really cool elements of the King of Comedy, the
Ooh.
De Niro Scorsese movie, which I love. And O'Shea Jackson is in it, who's Ice
yay.
Cube's son. He was really good.
Who looks exactly like him.
Yeah, he was great. I liked him better in this than Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
And the other movie that I watched, which I ashamedly had never heard of until listening to Paul Thomas Anderson interviews lately, Putney Swope.
I haven't heard of that.
1969.
I haven't heard of that.
It is Robert Downey Sr., written
What?
and directed.
Oh, okay.
It is amazing. It is full-on, over-the-top satire about advertising, sort of in the same sense of Dr. Strangelove,
Huh.
but I'm not a Dr. Strangelove fan.
Or how you learn to stop worrying and love the atomic bomb?
How you
Is
stopped worrying and learned to love the bomb.
Damn it. I know I always look that up.
This
But
movie
anyway, Putney Swope.
Putney Swope, hysterical. I was laughing just constantly.
So advertising, laughing-ness.
It's just way over the top.
Got it.
And
like the Happy Madmen.
no, because it is ridiculous.
Okay.
Like
Like the ridiculous man.
Anyway, it's on YouTube. You can
It's on
find
YouTube?
it. It's a Criterion Collection movie.
Oh.
So,
Banana.
you should have heard of it. I should have heard of it. Just go watch it.
haven't.
It's amazing. And yeah, that's it.
All right. I like it. Les?
Well, it's award season is upon us, and so I'm trying to get as many movies watched as possible.
Yeah.
Before the grandmama of all, or the granddaddy of all awards, the Oscars.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Cable Ace Awards.
Oh well, that's the mother-in-law of award shows.
Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
People's
Best
Choice.
Kiss.
Right.
I think that's MTV.
So this.
Yes. So what do you?
So
this week?
I watched this week. I went to see the movie The Shape of Water.
Oh.
And I'm not much of a monster movie fan. I'm not much of a
Romance.
Well, I kind of do like romance, but I'm not much of a fantasy romance fan.
Got it.
And I love this movie.
Okay.
I loved it.
Do you just love Fish Boys?
Well, you know what? My husband, at the end of it, my husband was like, the monster was kind of cute, and I was like, are you kidding?
I don't want to get into spoilers, but do they
spoilers.
Do they answer what The Shape of Water is?
It looks like a drop.
Yeah.
I said,
Actually, they
spoilers.
don't.
I just wanted a yes or no.
They don't. No, they don't.
God damn it.
But no, it was
lines. Kirby lines.
it was a good movie because it, without revealing any spoilers, it actually turned out to be like a deeper. It was a deeper subject matter because it was basically about outcasts
Some McCarthyism,
and,
right? And kind of. I don't want. We shouldn't go into it, but go check it out.
Yeah.
And then email us.
Yes.
His home phone number is 613. I'm kidding.
Guillermo's the man.
You love.
He really
We
is.
love some Del Toro here. Of the bull. Of the bull, right? That's what Del Toro means.
Well, it's very fitting.
Yeah.
All he needs is the nose ring.
Yeah. What have I done? I don't know.
I don't know, Peter. What have you been watching?
I don't know, man. Stuff. I got a poster that's a scratch off like 100 movies, 100 like classic movies you should see poster, and it's like, and I've seen like not like 80 of them, but I've decided that I'm not going to scratch them off unless I've seen them within the last 2 years.
Wait, it's a poster that you actually
It's like a scratch off. So there's like, it's really cool. I'm not gonna advertise for them for free until they pay us. But it's like 100 movies, and there's like a scratch off thing.
Oh.
But there's like one image, and then you scratch it, and there's a second image,
Okay.
but you scratch it off when you've seen it, right? So
I feel like I would
it's
need to have
really cool.
2 of those posters. One that like I didn't touch, and the
Yeah.
other one that I just scratched.
I'm a little sad because the first one I scratched was Get Out, because I love that movie, and that's on there. And I was like, and it's like the teacup.
Peter, get out!
It's a teacup with the spoon.
Oh,
right?
really?
That's what the image is. And
Oh,
I was like,
that's cool.
So I scratched it off, and under that though was the famous like photo image of Daniel Kaluuya with the like eyes all big,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh, but now you can't see the teacup. So
That's what I'm saying. That's why I need the 2
and like the
posters,
Back
right?
to the Future one, the DeLorean scratches off, so it's just the fire tracks. It's cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna be in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna tell you about lots of classic movies, but today I'll talk about Jumanji. I saw that last week.
Jumanji is on that list.
No, I just saw it.
Okay.
I know, like the first Jumanji.
No, the
Well,
new Jumanji.
is
It was
actually
fine.
great.
It was good. I had a lot
Really?
of
I thought
fun.
it was great.
It was
But it was
good?
great. Yeah.
Oh.
That's all. It's weird seeing Karen Gillan not in like blue makeup and like a shaved head because like that's all I know her as Nebula. And I was like, oh, she looks like a normal human. But
Oh,
then
that's all you
kinda-
know her from?
Yeah.
Because I know her from Doctor Who.
Yeah. I know.
Nerd.
Doctor Who.
The world.
Anyway,
The World Health Organization.
How dare you?
we're running along. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about what we do here. We talked about how we do things, but we have some special things we do. Like,
Story pause.
what's a story pause, John?
Story pause is when we just need to take a break in the action, figure out sort of either elaborate on what was said, make clear, or just make fun of the other person.
How do we do that?
We say story pause
But then what happens when we want to
when we want to get back in.
Yeah.
Then we'll say story resume.
or resume story?
Thank you, Peter.
And we have one other thing. You know, we've been 2 weeks without a story punishment. Triple high five. I tried to do a triangle high five, but we're too far away.
Would that be a double high five?
But
If it's 3
But there's
people
3 people.
high-fiving each other, that's
I
a
guess
double
that's
high five.
true.
You wouldn't call a regular high five between 2 people a double high five.
that's true. Well, no, you could like if we did both hands.
That's a super lame high 10.
You're right. All right, fine.
Come on, Peter.
Anyway, what is a story punishment? Les, tell us.
Well, if we're in the story and you get a name wrong or a detail wrong,
Like if I called you Frank.
exactly, then you would get a bing.
Bing.
Bang.
And then
you'd be punished.
Well, the person with the most bings would be punished.
The person with the most bings would be punished.
How do they get punished?
Well, we ask you, the audience, to pick a punishment.
Oh, and you can do that by following us on our social media feeds, which are Finish My Story Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, and Finish Story Cast on Twitter. You can also watch prior punishments and just see general images. Last week we tagged Kevin James in a photo. Still waiting to hear back from him.
You didn't hear back?
Not yet.
You told me that he messaged you.
No, he didn't.
What about Leah?
Leah, well, you know what? I think she probably doesn't even look at her mentions because a lot of them are probably Scientologists.
True.
Getting into it, Kevin James, call us. We love you.
Doug Heffernan, call us.
I'm glad that someone here knows what your name was in that show.
Is that what
It
his
was
name
Doug
was?
Heffernan.
Yes.
We talked about this last week, John. Get with the
I
times.
didn't remember what his name was. It's just Kevin James,
So-
a.k.a. Paul Blart.
Mock-up.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it. We're starting with the first line. Well, tell us about the first line, John.
The first line is from the classic Christopher Nolan film, The Prestige.
Ooh, that sounds prestigious. Because of award season, it's prestigious. Ha! See, I knew I could turn it around into something relevant today.
I hate you, Peter.
And what's the order?
Well, I think we should start this week. Les will give the first line.
Okay.
It's been a little while. And then he'll move it along to Peter.
Oh, it's to me.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
And then from Peter, it'll go to me.
Okay, to you.
Yeah. And then it'll go back to Les.
To Les.
Yay.
Then does it go back to you?
No, that's it's a common misconception. It'll go right back to Peter.
Oh, okay. And then it's back to Les.
And then to me, John.
Oh, I see. So it's like a triangle circle.
Sort of, yeah.
Got it. Like
See,
a love circle.
Here at Finish My Story, we're still learning.
Me fail English? That's impossible. So, we're gonna get into it. Les, take it away. Book sounds.
Are you watching closely?
Because I'm only gonna do this once, said Jamie.
Nicholas watched Jamie shuffle the cards, for this would be the only lesson on how to count them.
Jamie was intent on being the best girl magician in the world.
And in order to fund her magician pursuits, she had become the best card counter in the world, and now was sought world over for her card counting abilities.
Times had gotten rough for Jamie, and in teaching, she would take her new student, Nicholas, with her to Las Vegas to accrue large funds.
Nicholas was game for anything because he was bored with his current life.
He was a salesman at a jelly and jam factory outlet mall in Topeka, Nevada.
And while his palate was never really good, he had the best eyes, and he could tell what flavor and texture the food would be without even tasting it, thus making him the perfect candidate for learning to count cards.
So Jamie shuffled the cards and put them on the table. Boom, 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 boom.
How many cards is that? Go!
Well, you dealt all of them, so 52.
Bingo! Jamie yelled.
Seems like you're ready. That's all we need. Let's go to Vegas, she said.
Jamie and Nicholas jumped into Jamie's Hyundai and started their trip.
So they drove through the desert on their way to Vegas.
It was only about an hour and a half long drive from Topeka, Nevada to Las Vegas, Nevada, but it was only through straight desert. And as they got bored with the scenery, Jamie decided to tell Nicholas something she had been holding back for a long time.
"I've killed before," Jamie said, "at the casino, and have made lots of money."
What? Nicholas yelled. What?
Yeah, why do you think I want to get out of this business? It will look very good at it, clearly, Jamie said.
"We're just moments out of Vegas," Jamie said. "So remind me, what are the card values?"
Well, let me see. There are, I don't remember.
Nicholas looked perplexed. She had jumped from talking about murder and money, and all of a sudden she was talking about card values, and he didn't remember what card value were. Just help me and tell me the answer, he said.
"Are you listening closely?" Jamie said. "For I will tell you how to count cards mathematically."
You're not going to kill me, are you? Nicholas asked.
Why would I kill you, Nicholas? Clearly, I rely on you for some sort of income. It's not clear what I want from you yet to you, but it's very clear to me. Why would I kill you?
She thought.
All of a sudden, a dust storm started up, and Jamie could not see at all as she drove through the desert.
I promise I won't kill you, but oh man, this dust storm looks dangerous. I need you to trust me.
"I really want to trust you, especially since you just said you wouldn't kill me." "Okay."
So as they inched through the dust storm, Jamie once again went over the rules of counting cards to Nicholas.
And when she finished, she said, "Got it? Good. I said I'm only going to tell you once. Now quick, duck and roll!" And she opened the door.
Story pause. Which door did she open? Did she open her own door or his door in preparation to push him out?
Well, that's for you to decide, Jonathan.
Okay, so she just opened the door, and then I have... Okay.
I mean, my first instinct was her own door, because that's there. It will be a little bit harder to reach over and get someone else's door. But, ambiguity is the soul of narrative, as no one has said before.
Resume story. Nicholas also opened his door as Jamie slammed on the brakes, the doors acting as some sort of wing, like a plane landing, to increase the drag.
And with that, the car flew up in the air and over the dust storm and landed at the Sahara Casino's parking lot.
As it landed, Jamie unbuckled both seatbelts and screamed, "Now!" And they both dove out of the car, rolled to the front door of the Sahara Casino, and the car exploded.
Story pause. The Sahara is no longer in Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
So this is a story taking place in the past.
Or in an alternate future, or in an alternate dimension.
Because of the flying car.
We have a flying car, and we have a place called Topeka, Nevada, John. I don't think we need to worry about whether the Sahara Casino exists anymore.
Okay, we're in a fantasy land of
No!
Las Vegas.
No. We're not in a fantasy land.
A fantasy timeline?
Who knows?
Right.
Figure it out yourself.
That's the joy of storytelling.
Yeah, but it doesn't exist anymore. I'm glad you noticed that. Like
Okay.
a seance.
Yeah. Resume story. Jamie and Nicholas rolled through the sliding glass doors of the Sahara Casino and popped up to their feet, looking around at the other guests.
Okay, Nicholas. Now that we've got rid of the evidence in the car, let's go and turn this puppy out.
Nicholas nodded in agreement, but seemed unsure of Jamie. So Jamie said, "You look unsure. Let me explain why we blew up that car. It wasn't just to get rid of the evidence. It was also..."
Extra motivation for us to make enough money to buy a car to get back home. That's the gambler's way.
Oh, I get it. Nicholas shuffled towards a craps table and got to work.
Nicholas, I taught you how to count cards, not dice. You're at the wrong table. Let's go to the blackjack table, the only place in the casino where counting cards is valuable, you fool.
Okay, said Nicholas louder than he should have. Let's go count cards.
Shut up! Jamie yelled. Shh!
Stop yelling about counting cards!
One of the local pit bosses, Salvatore, looked over at the commotion.
Did I hear you just mention counting cards?
No! They said.
And shuffled away as Salvatore kept a close eye on them for the remainder of the story.
They're not gonna get away with nothing in my casino. I'll make sure of that.
Salvatore was not paid very well, and not even treated very well by the people of the Sahara Casino. But one thing you could say about him is he was a man with pride for his job.
As low as he was on the totem pole of the Sahara Casino, he matched it on the opposite side with his high ego.
Maybe this'll be a way for me to get noticed and actually make some more money and even get a promotion.
So he followed the couple to the blackjack table and watched. And after 10 minutes, he figured he had enough evidence to say,
"There's something very attractive about that lady."
Meanwhile, Jamie and Nicholas were at the table and they were starting to find some success.
"This counting cards thing is really paying off," Nicholas said, also too loudly.
It was like watching a scene out of Rain Man, except instead of rain, they were covered in dust.
But Jamie didn't care. All she was focused on was winning as much money as possible.
Thought Nicholas.
Nicholas, too, however, was in desperate need of money for his
Unpaid bill at the Bunny Ranch.
Oh, story pause. Oh, Nicholas. Oh, Nicholas. Oh, man.
For those of you who don't know, that is a brothel.
A famed brothel.
Yes.
Made famous by HBO?
HBO. There's a reality show.
Got it. What
And
was it
Bill
called?
Clinton.
Really?
He's a big fan. Yeah.
Interesting. Resume story.
Story pause. I love how they have like a credit system. Like he owes a bill. Like he went, enjoyed himself, and they're like, okay, that'll be so and so X dollars. And he's like, yeah, about that.
I'll get you back soon. Yeah.
I have this surefire opportunity gambling. Okay, resume story.
At this point, 15 minutes in, they had amassed $100,000 in chips. And Salvatore walked over to them and said, "You two are coming with me." And he slammed Nicholas's head down on the table.
An act that initially upset Jamie, but she was impressed by his manly muscle.
I know I'm not supposed to think this, but this is actually kind of hot. But I can't let Nicholas get caught.
Besides, I've already clearly been caught. He said the two of you come with me. So, perfect, she thought.
This is all going according to my plan.
While Salvatore was beating Nicholas's head against the table, Jamie took out her big giant purse and started putting all of the money into it.
"Hey, I see you doing that," he said, and reached over to grab her purse. But as he did that, she reached her arm around his back and grabbed his ID card.
I guess you'll just have to take us to the back room, Jamie said.
All right, you guys come with me. But as he was taking him to the back room, Salvatore thought, this is way too easy.
I better not fall in love with this girl, like I always tend to when things are too easy.
Concurrently, Jamie thought, this is all too easy. I hope I don't fall in love with this guard, as I have once before. Not this guard, but I have a tendency to fall for guards.
And Nicholas thought, this is way too easy. I don't get it.
But my head sure does hurt.
Salvatore marched Jamie and Nicholas to the back room where things were no longer as nice and Vegas-y, but seedier and, bad.
Story pause. You could have said old Vegas-y. Story
but
resume.
I like old Vegas.
Yeah, sure. Story resume.
Shout out to old Vegas.
You know you're not going to get away with ripping off the casino, right?
I thought I could, Jamie said. Tell me more, big boy.
Salvatore was stifled, as no one had really responded to his ego in the same way that he himself responded to it.
Jamie looked at Salvatore and thought to herself, I know I'm not supposed to think this, but this guy is really turning me on.
On to a new way to enact my plan.
When Salvatore was not looking, Jamie smacked Nicholas on the hurty part of his forehead, and he began to cry. The perfect distraction.
Salvatore, not knowing why, but wanting to impress Jamie, walked over to Nicholas and consoled him.
There. Salvatore's here. And there.
And while Salvatore was comforting Nicholas, Jamie figured this would be the perfect time to look and see how I can escape this place.
For it was slightly different than she had thought of in her plan. But actually the door with the security guard exit was just on the other side of the room that she had planned. So she went to the left side of the room and swiped the card.
And ducked into the doorway, leaving crying Nicholas and hunky Salvatore alone in the hallway with no way to leave since they didn't have a key card.
So she started to walk faster and faster, trying to find a door that would get her out to the outside.
For you see, the Sahara kept their vault not inside the casino as many would think, but actually out back.
They referred to this vault as the desert safe. For everything is safe in the desert.
So, Jamie gets to the safe, and she takes out a stethoscope. So while she was unlocking the safe, she could hear the clicks, so she would know whether or not she had the right combination.
She had gotten there very quickly, and had kept the stethoscope in her back pocket this whole time. And it was here, in the desert behind the Sahara, but not the Sahara Desert, when the safe finally opened.
Meanwhile, the 5-minute absence went unnoticed by Salvatore and Nicholas, who were enjoying each other's consolations.
I mess everything up! I never get anything right! Nicholas cried.
That's okay, buddy. Me too. I always fall in love with my captives. And, like Jamie over here.
Upon seeing that Jamie was not standing where he believed, Salvatore's face went red.
I can't believe she double-crossed me! He yelled.
That's the 8th time this year.
And after all we've been through.
Nicholas just stood there looking bewildered. I don't know.
Although, he thought to himself out loud, this would explain why she was looking for a safe out back when she was looking at the blueprints.
Salvatore grabbed Nicholas and ready to throw him into the wall, but Nicholas countered with,
Wait, don't throw me up against the wall. If you don't throw me up against the wall, I can help you.
You already told me she was looking for a safe out back, he said. Wait, I said that out loud?
Salvatore picked Nicholas up, and while his feet were hovering above the ground, he said, No, wait! She abandoned me too!
Oh, you're right.
We need to tell the whole world about what a bad person she is. So let's get everyone here in the casino and let's find her.
Salvatore nodded, thinking to himself that if he were to catch Jamie, he would finally have all of the evidence he needed to be promoted and prove himself to the head honchos of the Sahara Casino and Resort.
Meanwhile, Jamie was trying to figure out how to get all of this money out of this safe and into a vehicle or something else to just get it out of here.
Or so it seemed to the security guard watching her.
There were many cameras pointed at the safe, the desert safe. And it seemed odd to Jamie that nobody was coming to stop her.
I've just got to get as much as I can and get out of here as quick as I can, she thought to herself.
It was only moments later when Salvatore and Nicholas arrived with almost everyone in the casino behind them to find a safe that was locked.
And a note taped to the front of the safe, which read, "I be stealing all your money. From Jamie."
What the hell? Salvatore asked.
How can she be stealing all of our money if the safe is clearly locked from the outside still?
"Listen up, everyone," Salvatore called out to the other security guards and pit bosses. "We'll surround the safe, and if or when she comes out, we'll be there to arrest her."
So while everybody was surrounding the safe, Jamie was back in the casino just filling up as bags and bags and bags of money.
How did she get there, you ask? Well, Jamie was one of the world's greatest magicians, and a magician never reveals her secrets.
But we're not magicians, so we'll tell you exactly how she did it.
Story pause, you're a dick, John. Story resume.
You see, while everybody was focusing on the safe, they were distracted, and Jamie used that distraction to sneak back up into the casino.
We say up because remember how we mentioned Jamie had a stethoscope? Well, it was made of C4, and she lit up the safe from the inside, dug a tunnel that led right to the place where her car had exploded in the front parking lot, and walked in the front door.
Of course, she hadn't done all of this preparation on this trip. This was a plan in the making for many trips.
And that's why they call it smoke and mirrors.
Story pause. The more you know. Resume story.
Once she had filled her satchels full of money, she walked out the front door as easily as she came in, over to the fountains of the Bellagio, and
stopped dead in her tracks. I can't do this to Nicholas, she thought. I'll have to get him back from that hunk Salvatore.
So Jamie left the Bellagio and started heading back towards the Sahara.
Story pause. That's a really long walk.
yeah, man.
It's like two opposite sides of the strip.
Yeah.
If only she had a car. Story resume.
Story pause. Fuck you, John. I blew it up. Story resume. When she finally, after her long walk, arrived back at the Sahara, she went out back, not through the front, and yelled, "Are you looking for somebody?"
The security guard looked all over, as if Batman had called out from the shadows, not knowing where the voice was coming from.
"Over here." And they turned around, and she was standing on top of the building. "I'm up here, people."
"You think I care about your stupid money? Here, take it." And she unfurled the bags, and money and chips rained from the sky to all the people down below.
It looked as if it were raining casino chips, and Salvatore, confused since his childhood, stuck out his tongue to try to catch it like a snowflake.
So while he was standing there with his tongue out, everybody around was just ecstatic. "Oh my God, money, 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 money." And they started grabbing all the money and filling their hands as much as they could.
And then a puff of smoke appeared on top of the building, and suddenly Jamie was down next to Nicholas. "Come with me," she said.
"If you want to live." She threw down another smoke bomb and whispered into Nicholas's ear, "I need you to trust me."
And when the smoke bomb, when the smoke went away, they were gone.
When they finally reappeared to the public, of course, they were just living people. They can't teleport. Out on the strip, they thought they were alone, only to hear, "You thought you could get away."
It was Salvatore, casino chip in mouth, close behind.
Jamie, wait, he yelled. "I want to talk to you."
"I thought you might catch up to me," Jamie said. "What am I under arrest for?"
Salvatore spit out the chip and saw running ink on it, a dead giveaway that the chip was counterfeit. "Stealing," he said.
But after he said "stealing," he looked at Jamie and thought to himself, "You know, I've been loyal to this casino for many, many years, and they've never promoted me, they've never acknowledged me, and you know what? She's pretty damn hot."
Jamie looked into his eyes and said, "Salvatore, you know, you've worked for that casino for a long time, and they've never promoted you, they've never acknowledged you, and you know what? I'm pretty damn hot."
"Oh my God," Salvatore said. "How did you know my name?"
"Because it's magic."
Also, you're wearing a name tag," Nicholas said.
"That explains so little."
Jamie realized that they were still in public. "Okay, you guys, let's just get out of here."
"Are you with me, Salvatore?"
Salvatore stood there, thinking, caught between the comfort of the responsibility of his job at the casino and the excitement of the thought of running off with this hot card-counting magician, what would he do?
And then he said, "Screw it. I'm going to go with the hot card-counting magician. Come on, kids. Let's get out of here."
Just as I suspected, Jamie said. And she walked to the curb, opened up a door of a 1968 Chevy Camaro, and said, "Let's ride."
Wait, Salvatore said. So that we don't have a tail, I'll need to fake my own death. And so, when the three of them drove off in the 1968 Chevrolet, they left behind Salvatore's suit and name tag on the curb. Just the suit.
They drove and drove and drove and didn't stop driving until they were in Acapulco.
Story pause, where they accept the Sahara casino chips as currency.
Yes.
Resume story.
When they finally settled down in their hotel room in Acapulco, they turned on the television to see
a reporter talking about the murder of Salvatore Vincente, as done by the hands of Jamie
Rogers. So now that the news of Salvatore's untimely death had traveled around the world, Jamie and Salvatore knew that their next step was to get married and make this official.
As they had that conversation, they switched channels to see a different news report about Jamie Rogers with the headline, "The Greatest Magician Ever?" ?
Jamie Rogers, of course, the sister of the greatest magician of all time, Chris Angel, forewent her stage name Christina Angel for her own real name, because she didn't want a stage name, apparently.
Wait a minute. They were saying I'm the greatest magician ever, Jamie thought to herself.
Look at all this footage of me standing on top of the building. People took it with their cameras. This video spread like some sort of virus. Some sort of virus video.
Watch the video, Salvatore. Now you see me. And now you see me too are in the background of the video.
Salvatore, I might have to go back to the United States. I'm more talented than I thought. People love me.
And wait a minute. I know how to make myself even more famous. I'll pull the greatest magic trick ever pulled by bringing you back to life.
I don't know that I want to go back to life. I have my new life here with you. And Nicholas, he pointed to Nicholas sleeping in the corner of the hotel room on a cot.
But Sal, think about it. I could go back. I could bring you back from the dead. I'd get national exposure. I'd get TV specials. I'll be on The View. We'll be rich and famous. Think about it.
Also, fuck Nicholas. That guy sucks. I set my whole plan up of how to steal all this money and get away with it by how much he sucks. That was the point of the plan, is he was so terrible that everything else would work out.
But Jamie, baby, you're forgetting one thing. They'd lock you away for stealing. And stealing my heart.
I have a plan. They won't lock me up. I'll return the money.
Without them even knowing. And because I already threw fake money out there, they'll think I only stole fake money to begin with, and it was all some big virus video marketing campaign.
I know that'll work because the Sahara doesn't have any accountants. And they don't count their money.
Story Boiz, that's probably why it went out of business.
There are many reasons.
Story resume.
Salvatore thought for a second. All right. We'll do this. But what are we going to do with Nicholas?
I know just what to do. So they left him there, went back to Las Vegas, and lived a life happily ever after.
Leaving behind evidence that Nicholas was the brains of the operation the entire time, and leaving him up to the Mexican authorities to put him into Mexican jail.
And Nicholas was never seen or heard from again.
And died a slow and painful death at the end.
The ultimate magic trick. Making your friend disappear and finding love.
Love is really the ultimate magic trick.
Love can conquer anything.
I kind of feel like we didn't end that story, but we'll leave it open and ambiguous. Ambiguous is the key to storytelling. I don't know if you know that.
I think ambiguity is the key.
I heard it both ways.
Okay.
And then the song would be, oh, 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 it's magic.
I was going to sing that earlier.
You know.
Wouldn't believe you're not so. Oh, it's magic.
Peter is trying to conduct us. Right now.
No, I'm trying to get John to take his hand off the microphone because it's going to make weird sounds that I'll have to edit out later. Like that. Thank you, John.
You're so welcome.
I
was thinking the ending credit song would be like, I'm walking on sunshine.
Oh!
That's the end of like every single bad movie.
So,
who would
that
play
was a
Salvatore?
weird heist.
Is that what you're asking? Oh, that wasn't your question.
Josh Hutcherson. No, he wouldn't.
No.
I don't know.
You think he's big?
The Rock?
No.
I don't.
But
I
he's
wouldn't
gotta be handsome, right?
Yeah.
I kind of see him as a Gerard Butler type, where it's like he's big and like.
But
Hulk.
Gerard Butler can't use a voice like that.
He would just be Scottish.
Okay, so first of all, it's clearly Jennifer Lawrence.
Of course.
Like, that's obvious. That
Okay.
much is clear.
I can see that.
Nicholas. Who's Nicholas?
Oh,
Nicholas Holt.
No.
No.
Josh Hutcherson.
It's gonna be like a character, good character.
John Leguizamo.
Johnny Legs.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, we're not doing Johnny Legs. He's too good. And he's also too old to be like that naive of a guy.
No, but it's kind of like a Rain Man-ish sort of
Also,
a
we never
thing.
went back to the fact that he was a jelly and jam salesman.
Well, that was just a little backstory to show he was kind of.
So wait, who would be Nicholas?
Let us know, listeners. Who'd be
Or
Nicholas.
Richard Jenkins from the.
He's
No,
too-
he's
he's
those
too
two.
old.
Nicholas got to
that-
get younger.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Dave Franco?
Yeah, he kind of has that like dumb face.
Yeah.
Evil laughter from left.
I love it. He's got that dumb face.
What about someone like Christopher Mintz-Plasse?
I don't want to like make fun of him per se.
Yeah.
And he's a good dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna say we'll stick with Dave Franco.
Dave.
But now we need to figure out
dumb-faced Dave.
Salvatore. Who's Salvatore?
Oh, okay.
Is it Jason Statham?
Too short. I would
It's gonna
like.
be hulking, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if
Like
James,
Oh,
John-
Bautista.
if-
It's Bautista. Dave Bautista.
I was gonna if James Gandolfini were still alive, it'd be him.
Oh,
but,
totally.
No, but he's not
Bautista-
he's not handsome enough.
No, but he's sexy. There's something sexy about James Gandolfini. Well, the late James Gandolfini. There was something sexy about him.
Whatever you say, Les.
No, there was. From a dude who likes dudes, there was just something. He's
a powerful dude.
He had something.
Understated.
But I
Doesn't
think we
speak
all
too
agree
much.
it's Dave Bautista. He
Yeah,
would be
you can
great
do
in
it.
that role.
Yeah.
He's got some acting chops, that guy.
You can do
Guys,
it.
what did you learn?
Well,
John takes forever to figure out what he learned.
I'm a slow learner
Yeah.
in stories.
I
need to
learned,
reflect.
like we said, that love is the true magic of all.
That was horrible. You just
Listen.
learned this?
Yes.
Peter's been in a long-term relationship, does not know that love is
The
magical.
true I don't know, not the true magic. Like, I always thought magic was magic, but now I know that love is the true magic inside of us.
Because it can disappear without any...
I don't know why, John.
And fame makes you do crazy things.
Is that what you learned?
Well, yeah, because, she was scot-free, but then she still wanted to be famous, and so
Oh,
that's why
it's
she
true.
went back.
And basically killed Nicholas.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what you meant when she said she killed before?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Maybe she meant killed soon. Oh, she fulfilled her
foreshadowing.
destiny. She said she wouldn't kill him, and then she kind of did.
Well, she didn't.
Oh,
So we also
Mexican
learned
jails did.
life isn't fair.
Yeah.
Eh. I mean, I've known that.
Yeah. Did you learn anything, John, or you're just gonna go with what we learned and
I-
mooch off of us?
I'm a mooch.
Fine.
Yeah.
Did you think of anything before we finish?
Okay.
Guys, thank you for listening. Remember, download old episodes.
Say member.
Guys, memento. Download episodes.
Nice Christopher Nolan.
And
call out.
review us on iTunes
Yeah.
and give us
5
5 stars.
5 stars.
And then write a review to be like, I like
Yes.
them all, but that one guy.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
That one guy. We all know who it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna say who.
Les, you have to, Les, if you don't say anything and you let us just talk, it sounds like we're talking about you, even
yeah,
though
it's-
clearly we were making a joke about ourselves.
Yes. Well, okay. That.
Let's just like, yup,
That.
someone here's a jerk.
No.
Yeah, so write us and review us on iTunes. Tell your friends. Say, hey, listen to this great podcast.
Yes.
Or don't. And also, remember, follow us on social media at Finish My Story Podcast on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Finish Story Cast. No punishment again. I think we're getting too good at this.
We're getting good. But this is good, though.
This is good. I mean, that'll make the punishments that we do have
They're going to be real bad.
more intense.
extra
We got pretty
punishy.
close to one today. I edited out the Bing, but because it wasn't a real Bing, but there was something close.
You mean when he?
Don't even, no,
You mean when?
no,
you,
that.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Exactly.
But yeah, review us.
Yeah.
Write in.
Right in.
Special hello to our Peruvian listener.
Hey, guy or girl, how are you? Guess what we got a new listener from a new place in the world.
Where?
Guess.
Guam.
No, good guess.
Chinese Taipei.
Ooh, that would be hey, shout out to Chinese Taipei. No, it's just Mexico.
Oh.
Hey, Acapulco.
And then we mentioned Mexico in our story
Acapulco.
today.
That was totally not planned.
Yep.
Actually, not.
Hey, Mexico.
So we're
Mexico.
so it sounds like we're catching on in South America.
Yeah.
We're
We'll be the #1 podcast in
Big
South and Central America.
international crowd, but
At home, not
United
so
States-
much.
They listen not for what we say because they do not understand.
Probably just for the music.
It's music, which is great, and it's just our camaraderie,
Yeah.
our fun
Yes.
voices,
We clearly are friends.
Yes.
our Whoopi Goldberg impressions.
Oh, can you give us a little bit of that to go? If you don't know what this is from, you go listen to the back episode. Go listen to the episode about The View.
You mean Whoopi Goldberg?
There we go. Thank you, Les. That was just what I was waiting for.
Man, you guys can't see this at home, but Whoopi Goldberg actually just came into the studio. That was her.
That was her. That's why I said thank you, Les, because he waved her in.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Les.
Thank you, Les.
You are quite welcome.
Bye, Whoopi. We're gonna have to say goodbye to her now. Bye.
Bye.
She was gone quick. So thanks for listening. Again, I'm Peter.
I'm Les.
And I'm Jonathan.
Have a great afternoon. I'm going to say afternoon today. Normally, I don't know what you're doing in your life. Maybe you're listening at night. Maybe you're listening during the day. Maybe you're listening in the gym, in the shower. No. Today, it's the afternoon. If you're listening at another time, stop. Wait until you use the afternoon again. Then rewind and have a great afternoon.
You are pushy.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.